Good day everyone, special to Professor A. Makabalang. I am Jane T. Batrina and I'm going to present in Management and Organizational Behavior the values, attitudes, emotions, and culture, the manager as a person. The scope of my presentation is as shown. Let's have the enduring characteristics, the personality traits. It is the particular tendencies to feel, think, and act in certain ways that can be used to describe the personality of every individual. These traits are important to understand and shape a manager's personality because it influences or her behavior and approach for managing people and resources. We have Big Five personality traits. These are the general traits that contribute to the composition of an individual's personality. We have openness to experience, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and negative affectivity or neuroticism. First, we have the openness to experience. There is a tendency to be original, a broad interest, be open to a wide range of stimuli, be daring, and take risks. Open individuals embrace creativity and novel ideas, like to take risks and sometimes choose to become an entrepreneur. High openness managers encourage innovation and adaptability, imaginative and spontaneous, whereas low openness individuals stick to familiar routine and tend to be more conservative in their planning and decision making. Low openness managers may prefer stability and established practices. Meanwhile, the conscientiousness is a tendency to be careful, scrupulous, and preserving. Individuals who score high on conscientiousness are well organized, exhibit self-discipline, thoughtful, goal-oriented behavior, and carefully consider their actions and decisions. High conscientiousness managers excel in planning, organizing, and meeting deadlines, whereas the low conscientiousness may lead to disorganization and efficiency, and they struggle with impulse control and lack structure. Low conscientiousness managers may struggle with time management and consistency. Meanwhile, the extraversion is a tendency to experience positive emotions and moods, feeling good about oneself and rest of the world. Extrovert thrive in social settings and can be asset for those jobs entailed on especially high level of social interaction. High extraversion managers excel in networking, team motivation, and communication, whereas introverts prefer solitude and introspection. Those low on this factor can be highly effective if excessive social interaction is not required by their job. The low extroversion managers may focus on individual tasks and introspection. Next is agreeableness, tendency to get along with others. Agreeable individuals are cooperative, friendly, and trusting as they prioritizing positive relationship and support others. High agreeableness managers foster positive team dynamics, tend to be affectionate, and build strong relationships, whereas low agreeableness may lead to skepticism and guarded interaction. They may resist collaboration and teamwork, unsympathetic, and at even times antagonist. Low agreeableness managers may struggle with conflict resolution and teamwork. Next, we have the negative affectivity or neuroticism. It's a tendency to experience negative emotions, moodiness, emotionally instability, and critical of oneself and others. Individuals who are high in neuroticism tends to experience mood swings, anxiety, irritability, and sadness. Managers high on this trait may often feel angry and dissatisfied and complain about their own and others' lack of progress. whereas those who are low on negative affectivity do not tend to experience many negative emotions and are less pessimistic and critical of themselves and others. Low neuroticism managers create a positive work environment and manage emotions effectively. Personality traits that affect managerial behavior. We have the locus of control traits captured an individual's beliefs concerning that the amount of control he or she has over what happened to and around them. People with an internal locus of control believe that they are responsible for their own fate and see that their actions and behaviors as being important and decisive determinants of future outcomes. While people with an external locus of control believe that outside forces are responsible for what happened to and around them and that their own actions don't make much of difference. Next, we have the self-esteem. Self-esteem is a degree of which people feel good about themselves and their capabilities. High self-esteem leads to confidence, while low self-esteem results in self-doubt. Personality traits are from the extensive research of psychologist David McClellan. These are the needs for achievement. It is the extent to which an individual has a strong desire to perform challenging tasks with and meet personal standards for excellence. While the need of affiliation is the extent to which an individual is concerned about establishing and maintaining good interpersonal relations, being liked, and getting along with other people. And the need for power is the extent of which an individual desires to control or influence others. Now, let us discuss about the values, attitudes, and modes and emotions. Values is the description of what managers try to achieve through work and how they think they should behave, while the attitudes captures managers' thoughts and feelings about their specific jobs and organizations. Meanwhile, the moods and emotions encompass how managers actually feel when they are managing. For the values, we have the terminal and instrumental values. A terminal value is a personal conviction about lifelong goals or objectives, a sense of accomplishment, equality, and self-respect. Terminal values represent the ultimate goals or end states that individuals strive for in their lives. Meanwhile, an instrumental value is a personal conviction about desired modes of conduct or ways of behaving. Being hardworking, good-minded, and capable. Instrumental values refer to the means or behaviors used to achieve terminal values. The terminal value signifies the desired outcomes, while the instrumental value represents the process or journey towards desired outcomes. Next, we have the value system. The value system is a terminal and instrumental values that are guiding principles in an individual lives. Attitudes is a collection of feelings and beliefs. A manager's attitude affects how he or she approaches his or her job. Most of the important attitudes in this context are the job satisfaction. It is a collection of feelings and beliefs that managers have about their current jobs. Managers high on job satisfaction have a positive view of their jobs. Level of job satisfaction tend increase as managers move up in the hierarchy in an organization. Managers who are satisfied with their job are more likely to perform organizational citizenship behaviors. These are behaviors that are not required of organizational members but that contribute to and are necessary for organizational efficiency, effectiveness, and competitiveness advantage. Managers with high satisfaction are more likely to perform these above and beyond the call of duty behaviors. Managers who are satisfied with their jobs are less likely to quit. Next, we have the organizational commitment. It is the collection of feelings and beliefs that managers have about their organization as a whole. With their organizational commitment, managers believe in what their organizations are doing, are proud of what the organization stands for, feel a high degree of loyalty towards their organizations. For the moods and emotions, moods is a feeling or state of mind. Personality traits and current circumstances often determine a person's mood. Positive moods provide excitement, elation, and enthusiasm, while negative moods lead to fear, distress, and nervousness. Meanwhile, the emotions are more intense than moods. They are more short-lived and are usually linked to a specific cause. Research has found that moods and emotions affect the behavior of all members of an organization, including the managers. Moods and emotions may impact ethical decision making, yet research also indicates that sometimes a negative mood can be beneficial. The emotional intelligence. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own moods and emotions, as well as the moods and emotions of others. It plays a crucial role in management, decision making, leadership, and team dynamics. Managers with high level of EI able to prevent their emotions from getting in the way of risking effective decisions. Managers with high EI also have stronger commitment to organizations and better interpersonal relationship by understanding and relating well with other people. Organizational culture. It describes a set of beliefs, expectations, values, norms, and work routines that influence how members of an organization relate to each other and work together to achieve organizational goals. When members share an intense commitment to goals, a strong organizational culture exists. When the opposite is true, the organizational culture is weak. When an organization's culture is very strong, it is often referred to as the organization's personality because it influences the way its members behave. Managers plays a particular important part in influencing organizational culture. This is more evident in the startup of new companies. Management research Benjamin Schneider developed a framework or model called the Attraction, Selection, Attrition or ASA, which explains how personality may influence organizational structure. It suggests that entrepreneurs tend to hire employees whose personalities are similar to their own. Managers' values, attitudes, modes, and emotions, as well as emotional intelligence, shape organizational culture. Shared values, as well as shared norms, plays a particular important role in organizational structure. First, we have the values of the founder. From the SA model, it is clear that founders can have profound and long-lasting effect on organizational culture. Initial values are critical as founders hire their first set of managers and likely to hire those who share their vision, which evolves eventually into the culture of the firm. Next, we have the organizational socialization. This is the process by which newcomers learn an organization's values and norms and acquire the work behaviors necessary to perform their jobs effectively. Organizational behaviors, expectations, and backgrounds is presented. As a result, organizational values and norms are internalized. Next, we have the ceremonies and rites. These are formal events that recognize incidents or importance to the organization as a whole or to the specific employees. First, we have the rite of passage that determine how individual entered, advance within or live in an organization. Next, we have the rites of integration that builds and reinforce common bonds among organizational members. And we have the rites of enhancement led to organizations publicly recognize and reward employee contributions, thus strengthening their commitment to organizational values. Next, we have the stories and language. Stories frequently told within an organization, either facts or fictions, provide important clues about values and norms. Organizations repeat the stories of founders or significant event in the firm's history or communication the value and norms for behaviors that are valued by the organization. These types of values and norms that managers promote within the organization determine and shape its culture. Culture influences the way in which managers perform their four main functions. First, we have the planning. In an innovative organizational culture, top managers are likely to develop a flexible approach to planning and to encourage participation by subordinates. In contrast, managers in a conservative organizational culture are likely to emphasize top-down planning. Next, we have the organizing. Because they value creativity, managers in an innovative culture are likely to create an organic structure that is flat and in which authority is decentralized. In contrast, managers in a conservative culture are likely to create a well-defined hierarchy of authority and establish peer reporting relationship. Next, we have leading. In an innovative culture, managers are likely to lead by example, encourage employees to take risks and experiment, and to be supportive regardless of failure or success. In a conservative culture, managers are likely to use management by objectives or MBO, constantly monitoring progress towards goals and oversee their employees' every move. Next, we have controlling. Managers in an innovative culture tend to recognize that there are multiple potential paths to success and that failure must be accepted in order to be creative thrive. Therefore, managers are more concerned that employees be flexible and take risks and less concerned about their adherence for predetermined. In contrast, managers in more conservative culture emphasize caution and maintenance of the status quo. Of the advantages in understanding values, attitudes, emotions, and cultures in the context of management. We have improved decision-making skills, effective leadership, enhanced professional growth, influenced company direction, positive organizational culture, conflict resolution, enhanced communication, and higher earning potential. These advantages help managers navigate their role effectively, build effective teams, adapt leadership styles, create positive work environment, and foster organizational success. Meanwhile, the disadvantages are bias and stereotypes, long working hours, increased responsibility, emotional overload, high stress levels, difficult in decision making, handling team conflicts, resistance to change, miscommunication, and ethical dilemmas. So the impact of understanding the manager's pros and cons is multifaceted, influencing team dynamics, decision making, and overall workplace culture. It is essential for organizations to balance these aspects to maintain a healthy and productive work environment. Let's have the practical application in the context of educational administration in the Philippine setting. First, we have the Values Education Program, or the VEP in the Philippines aims to instill core values among learners. This includes makajos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. The advantages are self-actualization, social responsibility, and productivity, whereas the disadvantages are behavior influence and challenges in implementation. Next, we have the cultural landscape and leadership. The development of school leadership in the Philippines is influenced by the rich history shaped by periods of Spanish and American colonization. These historical events have challenged core Filipino values related to community and kinship. Kinship remains integral to the Filipino concept of self and interaction with others. Next, we have the Filipino Values Formation. The National Commission for Culture and the Arts conducts research on Filipino values. The goal is to strengthen Filipino society by embodying these values through widespread implementation in partnership with educational institutions. Understanding values, attitudes, emotions, and culture is crucial for effective educational administration in the Philippines as it shapes leadership, Practices influence decision making and contributes to building a just and human society. Includes my presentation on the basic theoretical and concept related to values, attitudes, emotions, and culture, the manager as a person in the context of management. Thank you and blessed day to all.